So without further ado, let's roll the NASA clip.
Touchdown confirmed.
That confirmation at 11:52 a.m. Pacific Standard Time on November 26th that our InSight lander survived the plunge through Mars's atmosphere and was safely on the Martian surface triggered waves of relief and elation from InSight team members at our Jet Propulsion Laboratory in Pasadena, California. Like past landings on Mars, this one was expected to be extremely hard and not without peril. So no surprise that crowds braved the rain in New York City to watch outside the NASDAQ stock market. While inside, the mission was recognized during the closing bell. Even the crew aboard the International Space Station paid close attention. When the dust settled, this photo from the lander, showing the surrounding Elysium Planitia region, erased any lingering doubt the mission had indeed struck a nearly flawless landing.
Today was a great day for the United States of America. It was also a great day for our international partners. This was seen all around the world.
Kudos for pulling that one off, and we are looking forward to what the data comes out of this mission.
InSight will be the first mission to study the deep interior of Mars, which is expected to help us learn more about how Mars and other rocky celestial bodies formed, including Earth and our moon. The mission could teach us valuable science as we prepare for our next bold endeavor to send astronauts to the moon and later to Mars.
The history books will be rewritten about the interior of Mars. And these first couple of pictures of a place no human has ever seen before also remind us that in order to do science, we have to be bold and we have to be explorers.
Also a success was our Mars Cube 1 or MARCO experimental CubeSats that launched with InSight as a communications technology demonstration. The first CubeSats sent into deep space not only helped relay InSight's landing signal and surface photo back to Earth, but even captured an incredible image of Mars as they flew by the red planet. With landing complete, the InSight team will focus mainly on preparing to set the lander's instruments on the Martian ground. InSight is expected to start collecting science data within its first week.
I just rolled this clip about the latest landing on Mars, and there's a whole lot of very excited people at JPL right here in Pasadena, close to where I live, and they're just so stoked that they put another machine on the surface of the planet. But we all know the depth of the theories about what's really going on with Mars, ancient civilizations, possible life, as far as clandestine government bases that have been there for years. So how do we reconcile the fact that this room of obviously dedicated people really believe that they just did this against the fact that we know that there's massive cover-up going on at the same time within the same organization?
You look at the people involved, I think it's just like the military, and we know that the military has covered up their interest in UFOs forever. You know, since 1947, there's been a cover-up, even till recently when it was exposed with ATIP. Which is, you know, a group that was investigating UFOs for the government. I mean, you know, that was just exposed. But the people in the Pentagon had no idea. The military had no idea. So the guys, I think, at JPL have no idea what else is going on. It's, you know, it's compartmentalized, and this secret is so deep. It's a deep state secret. It's something that's almost as Richard Dolan calls it, that breakaway civilization of just a small group that keep that secret. So it is breaking open because of the technology available at a consumer level. A lot of people are paying close attention, and there's private telescopes and information. But, you know, and I think the other thing that's going to expose this wide open is all the people trying to get to Mars. This is no longer NASA or China or Russia agencies. These are private industry, and this is going to blow wide open. And they're not reliant on secrets. And this is going to happen, Ron, because the one thing we all know, we have to become interplanetary to survive as a species. That is not disputed.
The amount of time left for life to exist on the surface of planet Earth is a finite number. We don't know exactly what it is, but that is a certainty. And so you were 100% right. If humanity as a species is going to survive, then we have to move on to other planets and colonize space. And so, you know, it's really interesting that this is unfolding. We're going to be doing a whole show about Mars. We've got exclusive material from John Brandenburg. I've got a really cool interview I did with Mike Bara, and to quote him, when I asked him the same question about dedicated people at JPL really believing what they're doing, he said the lie is different at every level.
What happens if I push that?
Oh yeah, you'll be ejected.
Oh, no, okay, I'm not pushing
Yeah,
it.
it's okay. If what you're saying is true, this layer of secrecy goes literally all the way to the top. I mean, we've talked to people at JPL that landed Curiosity on Mars that say that this whole idea that they're not the front line of the discovery and of everything that Curiosity conveys, they say that's absolutely ludicrous. What do you say to them?
I would say that the lie is different at every level, and they're being lied to by their superiors who are not letting all the stuff come through. I'm sure that there's a filter somewhere between their information, their computers, and what the other guys are seeing, and these things are being very deliberately done.
And when you think of some of the guys there, remember the kid in the Mohawk? I mean, he was too busy launching rockets to realize he became an internet sensation. And that really describes the work of all of us. I mean, you know, most of us have our head down, or they have their head down to even realize what's going on behind the scenes or what the public's realizing. And that's a good thing, Ron. Like, it's why I think MUFON continues to be, you know, a mainstay. It's a foundation in the world. You know, we're the only one with the lights on. You know, during business hours, 24/7, we have an organization set up for the UFO phenomena.